and welcome to Saturday Keen Live. It is October 17th. We're really excited to have everybody. I think we have a really good show today, and we have a couple of guests today from American Express that I'd like to introduce. So first we have Mukta, who is going to lead us in our activity. So you guys get ready to move because she's really good. And we also have Thomas, who's going to lead us in our crafts. Just so you know, our art segment is not going to happen today because our artist was not able to make it. So that means that our activity segment could be a little bit longer if you want, and our craft segment could be a little bit longer, so we don't really have a determined amount of time. Plus, Sarah, if you want to add some more songs, that would be really cool if you'd like to. Are you guys ready? Is everybody ready? All right, so I'm going to mute everybody, and then I'm going to turn it over to Mukta to start us off. Take it away.
Thank you, David. I'm just going to start my music. We'll start with a warm-up. It's the same pattern.
Okay.
5 minutes warm-up, and then we'll do the activity for 5 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up with a cool down. I'm just going to start. Give me 1 second. let's take a water break. All right, everyone ready for a little bit of dance? We'll go ahead and do a kids song first. I'm sure you have done that when you were kids, and kids already know when it's like a preschool song. But let's start with that, and then we'll do two small songs of 2 to 2.5 minutes each.
Are you with me? Yeah! Everybody, come on, here we go now. Are you with me? Yeah! Go fish in the house, and we're ready to go. So are you with me? Yeah! Everybody, come on, let's go. Are you with me? Yeah! 1, 2, 3. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. Yeah! If you're happy, come on, wave your hands up in the air. If you're happy, come on now. Jump around like you don't care. If you're happy, come on, then lift your praises high and tell everybody why. Bow. If you're happy and you know it, say woohoo. If you're happy and you know it, say woohoo. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, say woohoo. If you're happy, wave your hands up in the air. If you're happy, jump around like you don't care. If you're happy, then lift your praises high and tell everybody why. If you're happy and you know it, do all three. If you're happy and you know it, do all three. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do all three. If you're happy, wave your hands up in the air. If you're happy, jump around like you don't care. If you're happy, I'm so happy, then lift your praises high and tell everybody why. If you're happy, wave your hands up in the air. If you're happy, jump around like you don't care. If you're happy, then lift your praises high and tell everybody why you're feeling happy.
All right, quick water break, everyone. Is everybody having fun? Give me a thumbs up. We'll do one more song, and that's also kids song. And then it's a free dance. So you feel like wiggling, just do wiggle. If you feel like doing some aerobics, just do that, or just follow me as I go along. I'll change the song. My bad. Let's do water break, everyone. All right, everyone ready for a cool down and some stretches?
We're ready. We have about 3 minutes.
Okay,
All
we'll
right.
try to
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Ah, we got in. Okay.
Hey, let's have a hokey pokey. Could you?
Are we on time, David?
Thank you, Mukta. That was amazing.
Thank you.
That was so much fun. Is everybody all warmed up now? You ready to go? Thank you, Mukta. That was great. Really appreciate it for
Sure.
warming everyone up. I saw so many smiles. I saw people dancing and doing their exercise. Great stuff. So we're going to turn it over to Sarah now for some music. All right, here we go.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Mukta. That was a lot of fun. So we're going to start by saying hello to everyone. I want to say hello to all of my friends, both new and old. I'm going to say hello to all of the cool kids in the room. Wave with me to all of the fun peeps just like you. And say hello, hello, hello,
Hello.
hello, hello, hello to all of my friends. So hello again, everyone. Go ahead and wave one more time. Say hi to everybody in those little video screens. Now, today is a really special day because we are going to be doing all sorts of fun stuff and talking about things like apples and apple orchards. So I want you to close your eyes and just imagine you are in this beautiful apple orchard with apple trees everywhere you look around. Can you see it? I can see it. And if you look on the ground over there, just look right over there. It's our good friend, Mr. Kookaburra. Kookaburra sits by the apple tree, staring at the apples he could eat. Yum, thought Kookaburra, yum, thought Kookaburra, I must climb that tree. Can you show me how you would climb a tree? Would you go like this? Would you grab it and try to push yourself up? Show me how you would climb the tree. Very good. Kookaburra climbs up the apple tree, picking every apple he can read. Pick, Kookaburra, pick, Kookaburra, pick one now for me. Well, you showed me how you climbed. Can you show me how you would pick? Pick, Kookaburra, pick, Kookaburra, pick one now for me. That's good picking. Kookaburra sits in the apple tree, taking bites of apples, throwing seeds. Stop, Kookaburra, stop! Kookaburra, please don't throw those seeds. Do you know why we shouldn't throw the seeds? Those are important. We should save those. Stop, Kookaburra, stop! Kookaburra, please don't throw those seeds. For each seed soon will be a brand new apple tree. So can you show me one more time how you climb a tree? Would you climb it like this? And how about picking an apple? I know. Show me how you would bite that apple. It's good, right? Well, when we're by the apple trees, it's never fun to just sit by yourself. So let's sit together. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Would you want to sit by the apple tree with me? Well, look out into the distance. Pick the best apple tree you can see. We're gonna sit by that one. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but tree with anyone else but me. No, 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 no. Say that with me. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. That was good, guys. That was really, really good. Do you know what the coolest part about autumn is? I think it's the harvest. I saw some hands. That was really, really good. I'm glad that you got your thinking caps on and you're thinking with me. That's important. So one of the coolest parts about autumn is that we have the harvest. So when we go to the apple orchard and we pluck one of those apples, we are harvesting the apple trees. But the apple trees aren't the only ones that we can pick from. Sometimes there are bunches of berries and wheat that makes our toast and all kinds of cool stuff. So I want you to get out your shakers if you have anything. If you don't, think about something that you could make noise on. Do you have a chair that you could tap on? Anything like that? Find something that makes a cool sound to you, and we're gonna play along as we sing. We're gonna talk about the harvest today. Summer sun is lower in the sky. The leaves on the trees are slowly turning dry. And there's a message on the breeze. It says, "Time's time, oh please." So let's harvest, reap what we sow, let's harvest, eat what we grow, let's harvest, reap what we sow, let's harvest, eat what we grow, and when the sun goes down, we'll share it all around. Think about what you would want to harvest. I know my favorite is apples. You like apples? The fruit trees bend and know the time is now. The golden field is ready for the plow. And when our work is done, then the autumn comes. So let's harvest, reap what we sow, let's harvest, eat what we grow, let's harvest, reap what we sow, let's harvest, eat what we grow, and when the sun goes down, we'll share it all around. We gotta think about all of the cool things you can see in the harvest. There'll be apples and pears, damsons and cherries, plums and grapes and clumps of berries, falling wheat to make our toast, nuts and seeds to dry and roast, carrots and leeks, peas and beans, and more potatoes than you've ever seen. Jams and juices, crumbles and pies. When nobody's looking, shh, we'll try the wine. Let's harvest, reap what we sow, let's harvest, eat what we grow, let's harvest, reap what we sow, let's harvest, eat what we grow, and when the sun goes down, we'll share it all around. Sing that with me one more time. Let's harvest, reap what we sow, let's harvest, eat what we grow, let's harvest, reap what we sow, let's harvest, eat what we grow, and when the sun goes down, we'll share it all around. You know, it is so much fun to share with everyone when you have a bounty of food. And when we go to places like the apple orchard to pick apples, there's nothing better than picking an apple and sharing it with a friend. Don't you think so? I think so. Definitely. Well, I want to go around just really quickly to everyone. Can we do that, Mr. David? Would that be okay?
Absolutely. Okay.
Awesome.
Mute everybody.
I want to hear from everybody on the screen, and I want to hear what your favorite fall fruit or vegetable is. Mine is apples. How about you, storyteller Mark? Will you share with us what your favorite fall vegetable or fruit is?
Well, I don't know if it's a fruit, but I love pumpkin.
It's a vegetable, it counts.
It totally counts. It's a vegetable, but it's a fall vegetable. Thank you, Mark. I see a hand from Mr. Peter. Peter, what's
My favorite fall fruit and vegetable is all the pumpkins and all the squash, all the apples, and all the delicious things.
All of it.
You got a lot. That's good. Maddie, what's your favorite fruit or vegetable from fall?
Yeah. Okay. They keep freezing on me.
Oh, it's freezing.
That's okay.
You hear now?
Maddie, we can see you.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, it keeps freezing. The question was, what's your favorite vegetable or fruit for fall?
Pineapple.
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 Yum.
Still a great fruit. I like it. Let's
I think
see.
Steven's got one.
Steven, what's your favorite?
Me, pumpkin banana.
Oh.
Yeah, that's an interesting mix. I think I'll have to try it.
Okay.
How about you,
Yep.
Miss Debbie, Music Debbie? What's your favorite?
Well, I do like them all, but I think I'm looking forward to peaches this year.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I see Mukta's screen, but I don't know your name, sir. What's your favorite?
My favorite fruit is banana.
Banana.
Yeah, good.
One of my top 5 too. I like it. How about you, Caleb? What's your favorite fall fruit or
And
vegetable?
Betsy's unmuted.
Okay.
Caleb.
There he
What's
goes.
your favorite fruit or vegetable?
Potato.
Oh,
Potatoes.
Perfect fall vegetable. I love it. Good job. And Miss Betsy, what's your favorite?
Sweet potatoes. That's good.
Ah, I think that might have to be my favorite vegetable. My favorite fruit, apple. Favorite vegetable, sweet potato. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. Did I get everyone? I think I might
Mr.
have.
Thomas and Miss Autumn didn't go.
There we go.
Or
I
Mr.
love
David.
Thomas and Autumn. Thomas, what's your favorite?
I like Honeycrisp apples and pumpkin spice anything.
Good.
Yes, we can be friends. We shall be friends. Miss Autumn, can you tell us what your favorite fall vegetable or fruit is?
I like radishes and raspberries.
Ooh.
Yummy.
Well,
I think that Miss Autumn's my favorite autumn.
Yeah.
Did you fall for her?
I did.
Well, we forgot one more. Mr. David, did I ask you? I don't think I did. What's your
So my favorite vegetable is a sweet potato, and my favorite fruit, I mean, I'm more of a berry guy. I love blueberries.
Yes. Well, the awesome part about autumn, everybody, is that when you are able to harvest all of these amazing fruits and vegetables, you get crumbles and pies and all of the really super sweet stuff we get to have on days like Thanksgiving. Sometimes a little bit earlier. So one of the other things that we forget about when we think about all of the really tasty stuff is what is actually happening as we harvest, and that is that the leaves are turning colors and that autumn is coming by a little bit at a time and time passes on. Things constantly change, right? So we're going to sing one more song about that, and I would encourage you to play along. I was 21 years when I wrote this song. I'm 22 now, but I won't be for long. hurries on, and the leaves that are green turn to brown, and they wither with the wind, and they crumble in your hand. Yes, I threw a pebble in the brook today, and I watched the ripples run away. They never made a sound, and the leaves that are green turn around, and they wither with the wind, and they crumble in your hand. Yes, I picked an apple from an apple tree. I took a bite and accidentally ate a seed. The rest I planted in the ground. Yet just like those leaves, the apple turned brown, and they all wither with the wind, and they crumble in your hand. Can you say hello? Hello, hello, hello. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. That's all there is, and the leaves that are green turn around. As time goes by, the leaves that are green turn to brown. One of the cool things about autumn, the leaves that are green turn to brown. It's one of the most beautiful things about going to an apple orchard, in my opinion, because when you walk around an apple orchard and as you pluck one of those apples off, you'll notice that all of the leaves are starting to change color. And it is just beautiful because you'll see colors like red and brown and orange, all of those things that happen with autumn and during the time of harvest. Isn't that beautiful? Can you close your eyes and just imagine walking among this beautiful orchard? If you open your eyes and you look up, what colors do you see? And as you keep walking, can you hear the crunch of those leaves on the ground? Now I want you to reach up one more time. Take one of those arms and snatch an apple off that tree. And bring it up to your nose and take a good sniff. Does it smell good? Yeah, I think so too. Take a deep breath for me and blow it out. Can you take one more deep breath and blow it out? Now just breathe normally. Close your eyes one more time. And take in all of the beauty around you. All of the beautiful leaves and the different shades of apples and the leaves on the ground and those sounds. And remember, anytime you're having maybe a bad day, just close your eyes again and picture that beautiful idea one more time. Because when we're having bad days, we can choose to make it a good day by going back to what we like to call our happy places. So I'd like to sing one more song before we say goodbye to me, to Music Sarah. And that's the choice to make it a good day. Today's gonna be a good day. Yes, today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a good day because I choose to make it a good day. Let's sing that one more time together. Will you sing with me? Today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a good day. Yes, today's gonna be a good day because I choose to make it a good day. Do you choose to make it a good day? I choose to make it a good day. Thank you for singing and playing along with me while we did some music today. Go ahead, Mr. David. What have we got next?
Thank you so much, Sarah. That was great. And it is a good day, and it is a beautiful day outside. So when we're done with our Saturday Keen Live, maybe you could go outside and look at the trees and walk around and just see the beauty that's all around you. So we're going to continue our show with a story. And I know that storyteller Mark has an amazing story for us. So it's all yours.
All right. You know, I wanted to mention that in the desert, a lot of the trees don't change, but there's one plant that the Tohono O'odham people look to just to know when it's fall, and that's the ocotillo. They call it the mulhawk. And when the mulhawk turns yellow, they know it's fall. The story I'm going to tell you today is from the Norse mythology, and it's called Idun and the Golden Apples. The gods lived in Asgard, and they were always young because they each ate one of Idun's golden apples every week, and that kept them young. She had a basket full of apples, and when she took one out, another one appeared, so she always had plenty of apples. One day, Odin decided to visit Midgard, which is the land of people, and he took Loki with him just to keep an eye on him, because that's always a good idea. So they went down and they looked around to see how things were going, and they spent the whole day there, and by the end of the day, they were hungry. So Odin slew an ox, and they began to roast the meat over a big fire. But the meat wouldn't cook. The fire was roaring, but there was no heat. The meat was not cooking. And Odin said, Loki, do something about this. You're the one that takes care of fires. And Loki said, I don't know what's wrong. An eagle landed on a tree next to them. The eagle said, I see you're having some trouble. I can help you if you'll give me a share of your meat. Odin said, that's fair enough. And all of a sudden, the meat began to cook. And it cooked and it cooked until it was just done. Then Odin looked at the eagle and he said, since you've helped us, you get to take your share first. And the eagle flew down and he grabbed up more than half of the meat that was on the spit. And Loki said, wait a minute, that's too much. And he got angry and he picked up a stick to beat the eagle. And he struck him, but the stick stuck to the eagle. And what's more, Loki was caught on the stick. He couldn't let go. And the eagle flew off, and Loki was bouncing along the ground, thumping up against trees and crashing against rocks. And Finally, he yelled at the eagle, "Wait, stop, stop, you're killing me, stop." The eagle said, "I will let you go if you will swear something to me." And Loki said, "Whatever it is, I'll swear it, I'll swear it." The eagle said, "Swear that tomorrow you will bring Eden out of the gates of Asgard with her basket of apples, because I would see Eden and her apples." Loki said, "Okay, I can do that. I'll bring her out so you can see her." Well, the eagle let Loki go, and he worked his way back to the camp where Odin was. And Odin says, "Oh, you look like you've been a rough time here." And Loki goes, "Yeah, I'm a bit bruised, but I'm okay now." So the next day, Loki went to Eden to get his golden apple to keep him young. And when he was eating the apple, he said, "This is one of the best apples I've ever had." He said, "In fact, I think it's the second best apple ever." And Eden goes, "The second best apple? What do you mean?" And Loki goes, "Oh, well, there's a tree that grows outside of Asgard, right along the wall. And the apples on that tree, they are the best I've ever had." Eden says, "Show me this tree." Loki said, "I'll be happy to. Come along, and bring your basket of apples so we can compare and see that they are better than yours." So they went out the gates of Asgard. And Loki said, "It's right over here," and took her around the edge of the wall. Well, they hadn't taken very many steps when the eagle flew down and snatched up Eden and her basket of apples and flew away with her. Loki watched them go and said, "Uh-oh, that's going to be a problem." So he snuck back inside Asgard. He didn't tell anyone what had happened. Well, time went on. And the gods were getting old. There was gray in their beard and gray in their hair. And they said, "Where's Eden? We need our apples." And they went to Bragi, her husband, and said, Where's your wife? She has the apples for us. We're getting old." And Bragi goes, "I don't know. She's never been gone this long before." Loki, he still didn't say anything. Then a visitor came to the gates of Asgard, and he said, "I saw Eden at the castle of Thaji, the giant." "You saw Eden at the castle of Thaji?" "Yes, she was there on the battlements. She looked very sad." Odin heard this, and he goes, "What would she be doing there?" The visitor said, "I don't know, but it said that Thaji can turn himself into an eagle." Odin goes, "An eagle? Loki." And he went and got Loki. He brought him before all the gods, and he said, "Loki, tell the truth. Have you done something with Eden?" Loki said, "No, I did nothing with Eden." He said, "Are you responsible for what happened to Eden?" "Well, I might be." He said, "Oh, you're in trouble now." And Thor, he picked up his hammer. He said, "I'm going to beat you within an inch of your life." And Odin said, No, wait. We must go and get Eden back, and Loki's going to do it." He called his wife Freya. He said, "Freya, you have your magic feathers that turn you into a falcon. Give them to Loki." So Loki took the feathers, and he looked at Odin. He said, but a falcon? I mean, he's fast, but he can't carry Eden back to Asgard." And Odin goes, "I know that. I'm going to give you a powder. You sprinkle it on her head, and she will become tiny. She will fit into the shell of a walnut. You can carry that as a falcon, can't you?" Loki goes, "Yes, I guess so." So he took the shell of a walnut and the powder, and he flew off to the castle of Thaji. It was a long, long ways away. Falcons fly fast, and they can fly far, but this was very, very far. By the time he reached the walls, he was exhausted. He landed there, and he saw Eden. So he took off the feathers that made him into a falcon, and he was Loki again. And Eden saw him and said, Loki, this is your fault. He goes, I know, and I'm going to make it better right now. He took the powder and he sprinkled it on Eden. And she became tiny, tiny enough to fit into the walnut shell. And he put her in there. And then he grabbed up the walnut and he began flying back to Asgard as fast as he could. Well, Thaji, the giant, looked out his window. He saw Eden was gone. And he also saw a falcon flying away from his castle. He knew, aha, this is mischief going on. And he turned himself into an eagle and he began to fly after that falcon. Now, eagles are very strong flyers and they can fly a long ways, but falcons are faster. And when Loki saw that Thaji was chasing him, he flew as fast as he could and left the eagle far behind. But after quite some time of flying to the castle and then away again, he was so tired. So when he was sure the eagle was gone, he landed in a tree just to rest for a while. He was so tired of flying. He still had a ways to go. Loki's head dropped down and fell upon his chest. And then a voice said, Loki, Loki, wake up. He looks around. He goes, who's calling me? Loki, Loki, wake up. It came from the walnut. Eden had peeked out, and she saw the eagle was coming. He had caught up. He was there in the sky, heading right towards them. And Loki saw them, and oh no! He picked up the walnut shell, and he flew as fast as he could. But because he was still tired, he could not fly as fast as he had before. And the eagle was gaining on him, gaining and getting closer and closer. And Loki flew so hard, as fast as he could with his falcon wings, and he saw Asgard ahead of him, and he pushed himself to get there. The eagle was gaining on him at all this time, and Loki was worried that he wasn't going to make it. In the castles at Asgard, they saw Loki coming, and they saw the eagle too, and Odin said, gather wood quickly. And so they piled wood outside the gate. Meanwhile, Loki said, if I can just make the gate, if I could just get inside, I'll be safe, and I'll have Eden back safe again. So he pushed himself and he flew way up high as he could. And then he just dropped down like a shot, heading straight for the gate. The eagle pushed himself hard too, and he almost was about to catch him when Loki flew through the gate. And then Odin said, light the wood, and all the wood flamed up, and the eagle flew into the fire. His wings were burned, his body was burned, all his feathers were burned off. And he fell into the fire and he was gone. And Loki, he sat down inside of Asgard and he took off the falcon's feathers and he opened the walnut and out stepped Eden, a tiny Eden. And Freya came up and she took a little water and she poured it on Eden's head. And it washed off the powder and she became her normal size again. And she had her basket of apples, her golden apples with her. And each of the gods took one and they ate it and oh, they became young again. Immediately they were young again and strong and their worries were over. Well, most of their worries were over. The worries were not over for Loki. Odin looked at Loki and said, you know, there's going to be a punishment for this. And Loki hung his head. And Odin, well, actually, that's another story. I'll tell you some other time.
Thank you, storyteller Mark. Always very interesting and unique stories that you tell us. We're so appreciative. Thank you so much. So guys, we are sort of coming to the end of our show, but we have a special guest here who is going to be doing a craft with us today. And so it's going to take a little bit longer than usual, but we want you guys to stay on because he's got a really cool craft that he has been preparing. So is everyone ready for the craft? All right. Well, Thomas, Crafter Thomas, I like it. I like the name. You have the floor.
Wonderful. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me back. If you remember, I was here 2 weeks ago where we made those tree creatures. So I'm going to shift to Craft Cam. Just give me 1 second and we'll get crafting. Okay. So now that we have our Craft Cam, just going to give you an introduction of what we will be making. So it's a little hard to see actually, but it's, let me see if I can share my screen real quick. So we're going to be making cardboard apple trees, and you'll be able to pick them just like you would at an apple orchard. So while I pull up the picture, let me go through the list of supplies that was on the invite and make sure that everyone's ready to get crafting. So first thing you want is, there was an apple tree template, and I've already cutted mine out. And what it basically is this is the tree top. And this little guy is going to be an apple. And if you didn't have the template, you can follow along and kind of free form it. The next piece is a heavy piece of cardboard, paper towel, cardboard roll, paper. So I have some green and red construction paper. If you don't have colored construction paper, that's completely fine. You can use white paper if you have it and color it. Again, this is just making your own craft, putting your personality into it. Also, you'll need some Velcro. I have Velcro stickers and we'll be cutting them down to fit the apples. A glue stick, a paper cup. This is to pick the apples later. Pipe cleaner. Scissors. And a hole punch. So just give me 1 second. And while you're getting your supplies, let me pull up a picture so you can see what we'll be doing. Because it's always good to see what the end result will be. There we go. Okay. There we go. You see my screen? So we'll be making, this is the cardboard apple tree. And you're probably looking at this and like, how in the heck are those supplies we just went through going to create this cool apple tree? Well, let's get started and I'll show you. So back onto the Craft Cam. And what we're going to do first is take the template that you've cut out. And I think the easiest way to do this, again, we're starting, this is going to be the tree top, if you remember from the picture. So what I find easiest is to take your cardboard and take your green construction paper. Now, what you want to do is position your construction paper on top of the cardboard so you have good space to then cut out the shape. And so what we're going to do is actually take some glue and glue the paper onto the cardboard. This way, when we cut it out, you only have to make one cut. You don't have to cut out multiple pieces and then put it back together. So just put some glue on like here. I would do it on a smooth surface or flat surface if you. And again, it doesn't need to be perfect, because whatever you do and whatever you put into your craft, it's going to be unique and perfectly great. Okay, so now I'm going to put it on here and just smooth it out a little bit. You see there's a little bit of wrinkling going on, but that's okay because it actually adds an effect of leaves in the tree. Now take your template and use a marker. I'm going to actually use the same color marker so it doesn't stand out when you cut it. So, and then we're just going to trace around the edge. Again, if you draw onto the template or draw the outline and it's not perfect, that's okay. Go all the way around. You keep going and going until you get back to where you first started. See? So now take your scissors and cut it out. And if it's a little difficult, it is perfectly okay to ask your parent to help. Sometimes I even ask for help. So there's nothing wrong with asking for help. And you can cut off some of the sides to make it a little easier to cut while you're just going around and around. And it's okay, you can take your time. It is a little tedious to cut cardboard because it's so thick. It's not like just cutting paper. So just take our time, one cut at a time. I'm actually going to cut off this side to make it a little easier. Put this over here. Just keep going around, all the way around. And then, so you can cut off the sides, and then I like to fine tune it. Get a little closer. So this is going to be the treetop. This is the leaves, the treetop where the apples will go onto. Put our paper aside. So we're going to finish off the tree first and then go to the apples. So once you're done with the treetop, you take your cardboard piece here, and basically what you want to do is on two sides, cut a slit. So see how I'm going to, there we go. Cut a slit here, turn it all the way around so that first slit is here on the bottom, and cut a similar length right there. And so we can kind of test this out before we finish our tree trunks. You can do a little squeeze and see, it fits right in there. Now you can stay here, or you can make it look a little more like a tree. And what we're going to do is cut a V. So we're going to make it look like there are tree branches. So we just cut out a V here. And then similar on the opposite side, so turn it all the way around, we'll cut another V. And again, it doesn't need to be perfect. This is your tree, and you can make it however you want. I'm just gonna kind of rip it off. And also, whether you have a brown cardboard here or white, whatever color, if you want to color it marker, color pencil with brown, just to give it a little more of a tree color, you can do that. But we're gonna leave it as is and keep moving on. So once you have those V's cut out, you can put your tree top back on, and here's your tree. So now that we have our tree, and I'm actually going to cut the slit a little bit more, so as more of the illusion of the tree. You don't see the trunk, the branches going all the way through. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now that we have our tree, what are we missing? We're missing the apples. So let's make the apples next. So get your piece of cardboard back with whatever you have left. And now we're going to take the red paper. So similar to what we did before, we're going to glue the red construction paper on. And again, if you have just white computer paper, or maybe you don't have red and you have a different color, yellow, purple, you can feel free to use that as well. Again, this is all about creating your own personal tree and feeding your creativity in there. So once you have some good coverage, then I'm gonna put it on here and just smooth it out. Now you can decide how many apples you want to make. I'm going to make 5. So this is where you take that other piece of the template. So remember, you had this big piece for the treetop, and now you have this little piece for the apples. And so you just, similar to the treetop, trace out apples. Again, I'm going to make 5 apples. And if you don't have the template, again, it's completely fine to just go free form and eyeball it. You can draw a circle, an oval, whatever is easiest for you. That's one of the things I really like about crafting, is that with everything else, there's so many rules. You have to do it this way, you have to be perfect. And when crafting, a lot of those rules go away. You don't have those rules because you're tapping into your imagination. And your imagination is boundless. If you want to make an apple tree with apples that are triangles, that's okay, because that's your imagination. So I'm now making the fourth. And the fifth one. And again, if you draw on the template, that is completely fine. No one's going to see the template. There you go. So there's, you can see the 5 apples. And so now we're going to cut them out. So I'm going to make it a little easier. So I'm going to, like I said before, I like to cut off some of the bigger chunks first and then refine it, get to the finer details. So cutting it a little closer here. And what I find is easiest is to actually just kind of cut as close to the apples as possible. Almost so that we can then fine tune. So we have 1, 2, here's 3, 4, 5. Cut this apart. And again, you can put all the extra scraps to the side. And now we fine tune. And you want to go just on top of the line that you drew, or just inside so you don't see the line. But if you do, that is okay, especially if you use the same color. That's why we do that. So it looks like a border and not a mistake. Here's 1 apple. We have 1. And coming on 2. And we have 3. This is the 3rd apple. And while you're cutting them out, you can think about what kind of apple is your apple tree. Because there are actually many different kinds of apples. And think about which ones do you like? Do you like more sweet? There's also sour apples. There are even some apples that are juicier than others. That's why I mentioned earlier, I like Honeycrisp, because they're really sweet and juicy. So I'm going to be making a Honeycrisp tree, apple tree. This is the 4th apple. And if you have a little point, you just go round it out as if it was never there. And now we have the last one. So we have 5 apples. Okay, now that we have the 5 apples, I'd be saying, okay, they kind of look like a bean or a tomato. So how do we make it really look like an apple? And so we can take our green construction paper and make little leaves. So little tiny leaves. And you can do this by, it could be abstract and just cut like a little corner here. So, let's see, I have a little leaf and you can put it on like that. So just gonna do, just so we don't make a big mess, go boop and kind of pull it off. And add it on here. Or you can also do more of a literal leaf shape and maybe draw it first would be good. Again, with a green marker. So just make a little, almost like an oval, but with pointed ends. And so I'm going to do a few like this oval. And I'll do another one with a corner. So we have a combination. Again, you can do it however you want. This is your creation. So again, like I did before, kind of cut it out. Then you can refine it. You don't have to be cutting around giant pieces. And again, it doesn't need to be perfect. If it has a longer end of the leaf than some of the others, that's okay. Think about when you've picked an apple, or I know it's Arizona, so if you haven't, when you've maybe seen one in the grocery store, they're all unique. I'm going to make that triangle one here and then cut out the last one. And for these, if you have a leaf where you still see the border you drew, then you can actually hide it, flip it around. So see here, you can still see the border. So you can just flip it around and have that be the side that you glue. And try not to get glue all over your fingers, but if you do, it's okay. It's all part of the crafting experience, I guess I would say. Okay, there's our third leaf. So we have 2 more to go, almost there. And the last one. And again, we did the triangle on this one. Just to make it a little different. It's okay to be a little different. So there you go, you have the 5 apples. So next to last step is attaching the apples to the tree, because now we have apples in the tree. And so we want to make it so you can pick them off of the tree. So take your Velcro. If you have command strips, whatever you have, make it so I have these squares and they're a little big. So I'm going to cut them down, cut them in half. And what I'm actually going to do first, because how mine are, they have a fuzzy side and a loop side. So I'm actually going to stick them together so they match inside. And it's okay, it might take a few tries to get it right here. See, mine already came off a little bit, but that's okay. You just stick it back on and keep moving. So there you go. So mine are kind of stuck together. And so I'm going to just cut it in half. Doesn't have to be perfect. So when I cut them in half, we'll have four of these partners. And so we'll just need one more. So we'll cut one more here. And we'll cut down here. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth pair here, the Velcro. So turn over your apples. What you'll do is take one side and peel off the tape. Stick it right on, try to stick as close to the middle as you can, and just keep doing that with the others. So we have 2. Now we're going on 3. Four, and we have the fifth one. So now what you can do is think about where you want to place them on the tree. You can kind of eyeball it first before you place it, or you can just place it and kind of go with it. It's completely up to you. So I kind of want to go around and maybe have one in the middle here. So so now you just take the other side, peel it off. And like I said, I want to have one in the middle here. Stick it right on. And do one here. Make it as balanced as we can. No right way. No two trees are the same. We have the fourth and the fifth. So the very last step, so now you have your tree and your apples. You got to have something to put them in. You can't just carry them around. I mean, you could pull up your shirt and, you know, carry it like that, but that's a little too much. So this is where we get the cup and your pipe cleaner and a hole puncher. If you don't have a hole puncher, you can poke a hole with scissors or a pencil. Just be careful. So just a little bit down from the top, just do one clip. Pull out the hole. And then on the opposite side, you want to do a hole about the same distance from the top. Pull that out. And then we're going to make our handle. This is our bucket or our basket, our apple picking basket. And here is the handle. So put it through like so, putting it in. Loop up the side here. And then just do the same on this side. Pull it up, get a good handle. This is a good handle. And now you can twist this around. You can twist it however you want. I'm going to tighten this up just a little bit. The twist. And so now you have your apple tree, and you can stand it up if you want. Lay it down. You have your apple picking basket, and you can pick the apples. There you have it.
That was great.
Thank you for crafting.
That was so great. That is literally a professional craft right there. Really, really well done.
That is really fun to watch too. Yeah.
Yeah. Did everybody enjoy that? That was really fun. So guys, we're coming to the end of our show. I know it's been kind of a long show, and I really appreciate
it. Look, Caleb and Betsy did the craft. That's so awesome. You guys were prepared.
Oh, did the craft. Let me see. Oh,
that is too cool.
Betsy, that's really nice. That's a great.
I love it. Did you see that, Thomas?
Thomas?
That is really cool.
Oh, I
Betsy
don't see
and
it.
Caleb made their.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. You got
Wow,
Martians or
that's so creative.
something on there.
Is that
Caleb,
Toad?
tell us about yours.
Is that Mario?
It's a unique tree.
It is.
It sure is.
Yeah.
It has robots.
Robots. I
Ooh.
couldn't quite tell through the screen. That's amazing. That looks so cool. That is a Caleb special tree for sure.
Very cool.
Awesome. I want to see Betsy's again now.
I'm in.
Let's see. Wow.
I'm in.
Oh, those
Oh,
look good
that's
enough to
great.
eat. Yeah, I want to eat those apples, Bets.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Great.
I'm here.
That's a great tree.
What do you think, Stephen? Did you like watching the craft?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Are we gonna scroll beyond? Because I want to do a song before we leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do a song. Yeah, we're gonna do 2 songs, and we're gonna do our prouds too. Because
Cool.
this is
We should do it. We're running late. A lot of people had to go because we're so late.
I know.
Awesome.
Sorry about that. It took a little bit longer this time. So, okay. So a couple of announcements before we do things. So Monday and Wednesday night, 5 p.m., Happy Family Hour, right? You guys all know that Music Debbie is going to be there, and it's an amazing, amazing show. So please come. Also, in 2 weeks, but you will also hear a lot about this, we're having our Halloween Extravaganza 2020. Everybody's getting prizes. There's going to be music and art and crafts and a whole bunch of stuff. And
Super fun.
super duper fun. And so with that, what we'd like to do is let's do a couple of songs, and then we'll do some crowds, and then we'll say goodbye. So you want to do Bright Light?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing, Stephen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to use my maraca today for the beat.
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Please listen to me. I am a bright light. Sing it.
I am a bright light.
I am a bright light. I am a bright light. Your turn.
I am a bright light.
Wonderful the way I am.
Wonderful
the way I am.
Yellow, brown, and black and white.
Yellow, brown, and black and white.
Don't you know we're all right?
Don't you know we're all right?
I am a bright light. Your turn.
Bright light.
I am a bright light.
I'm a bright light.
I am a bright light. Wonderful the way I am.
Wonderful the way I am.
By yourself.
Wonderful the way I am.
Now all together, let's tell the world. Wonderful the way I am. Drum roll. Give yourself a hug. You are wonderful the way you are and did a fabulous job today.
Nice.
And back to Mr. David for our other song.
Awesome. Good job. All right. So our other song is Hokey Pokey. But before we do Hokey Pokey, I just want to go around really quickly and ask Maddie, what are you proud of today?
Nice.
Maddie, what are you proud of today?
The craft.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, right? That was. And Steven, what are you proud of today?
Oh, man, I get to hear my song.
Oh, yes. That's your favorite song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Betsy,
Love it.
what are you proud of today?
Yeah.
Hey, that was really, really great. And Caleb, what are you proud of today?
I'm proud of dancing.
Nice.
There was some great activity at the beginning of this show, right? So
Yeah.
with that, I think we're going to end with just a quick hokey pokey
Super fast.
and let you guys be on your way and have your day. Okay, ready, guys? Here we go. You put your right hand in, you put your right hand out, you put your right hand in, and you shake it all about. You do the hook, then you turn yourself around. That's all about. You put your left hand in, you put your left hand in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your right leg in, you put your right leg out, you put your right leg in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left leg in, you put your left leg out, put your left leg in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your head in, you put your head out, you put your head in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your whole body in, you put your whole body out, you put your whole body in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You guys did amazing today. Thank you so much for staying on.
So fun, guys.
Really cool.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. We'll
Guys,
be
have a
back
great
Monday for Happy
day.
Family. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.